Roger Williams doesn't just talk about the American dream, he's lived it. As a husband, father, small businessman, and proud American, he knows that America is great because America is good. He's running for the U.S. Senate not to be something, but to do something. He wants to use his business experience to do something to create economic jobs and growth, and he wants to provide real leadership for our country in these challenging times. Roger Williams was sworn in as Texas's 105th Secretary of State in 2005, where he served as the state's chief election officer. Those of us from Dallas County certainly have strong feelings with regard to elections oversight now. He's here today with one of his two beautiful daughters, Sabrina. Roger and his wife are from Weatherford, and they are avid TCU Horned Frog fans. Roger?
Thank you very much, and it is great to be here and with all of you. I also want your vote. We want to earn your vote. I think that my background is such. I did grow up in Fort Worth, but I'm the only business person in this race. I'm the only person that owns a business. I'm meeting the payroll. I'm dealing with the banks. I'm dealing with Obamacare as of last week. I know how hard it is. Ray Huffines and I were just talking about, some people will say, I'm a business person. But let me tell you all something. I think you realize this. If you have not been in business since September of 2008, you have not been in business. This is the most challenging time we've ever seen in the history of our country. I've owned my own business for 40 years. I still meet the payroll, as I said. I still have to draw on lines of credit. As first time in my history of my business, I've had to lay people off. I've had to ask them to take 10% pay cuts. Everything a lot of Americans have been doing. Small business and individuals we are getting hammered right now by this administration. And we've got to do something about it. Now, there's a lot of issues in my race. A lot of issues. You all know what they are. They're everything from immigration to education to foreign policy to defense to the social issues, you name it. As I've traveled all over this state since January of 2009, there's one thing that's on everybody's mind. It's what are we going to do to fix this economy? How are we going to create jobs? How are we going to get America back going again? Now, the politicians have got us in this mess. They cannot get us out. The government cannot get us out of the mess. The people that can are everybody in this room. It's the private sector that gets us out of this mess. And I am a business guy. I understand. I don't have an unlimited line of credit. I can't do these kind of things the federal government's doing. We have people on both sides. They're talking about continuing resolutions. They're talking about all the things that none of us have the opportunity to do. Business cannot be run that way. We need to send business people more than ever up to Washington, not politicians. We need people like myself, like you, that will go up there and make business decisions and not political decisions. Who will go up there and not worry about winning again. We've got too many people worried about re-election, and they're making political decisions, and it's killing our country right now. So I've already had my career. I'm 61 years old. I've had a great career. I'm not going to start another career. I'm going to serve 2 terms if you allow me, and then I'm coming back home. Okay? You can count on that. But real quick, let me tell you how we fix the economy. Okay? I think most of you will agree. First of all, we've got to cut the corporate income tax immediately. We got to cut the personal income tax. We got to cut the capital gains. We got to cut the dividends. We got to bring back the old 10% investment tax credit where you can buy a piece of equipment and take a 10% deduction. We got to protect the ability to write off fixed assets as we buy them this year. We got to protect that. We got a tax system that's totally busted. When you got 50% of the people not paying anything, there's something wrong with that. And when I come back as your next U.S. Senator, we got to be careful about 52% of people not invest in America, okay? Everybody needs to invest in America. That's why we need to begin strong dialogue, Diane, immediately on the fair or the flat tax. Either one is better than what we got. We got to start talking about it. We've got to totally do away with the inheritance tax. Most unfair tax there is anywhere in the world. It's horrible. I have a story about that. I lost both my parents in 88 and 89, and I had to pay the government 55% tax, couldn't do it. My dad had passed on to me money he paid 90% tax on. That's 145% tax. Something wrong with that. If we do away with it, it will add 1.5 million jobs in America, because now we don't have to save money. Now we don't need a big insurance policy. Now we can pass net worth on to our heirs, and that's what we need to be doing. Okay? So it's those kind of things that will get America going again. Small business can say, now I can buy that delivery truck. Now I can hire that clerical person. Now I can open an office up in Fort Worth or Weatherford. Because now we can take risk and be rewarded. And that's what we need. Right now we all got our hands up playing defense. Nobody knows where we are in healthcare. Nobody knows where we are on taxes. You're playing defense and you're not going to hire anybody because you can't afford to. The next thing we've got to do to create more jobs is get the government out of healthcare. They have no business being in the healthcare business at all. What we need to do is make healthcare where we own it individually, shop across state lines. A thing called competition, Mr. Obama. It works. It drives prices down and services up. We need to shop across state lines. We need to make it tax deductible. We need to throw a little tort reform in there like we did in Texas so doctors can do business, not be sued out of business. Okay? And we need to own that health care, make it tax deductible, and the 15% of people in America don't have it, let's find out why they don't have it, because we're a compassionate nation, and see if we can't do what they need to have done. The other thing we've got to do is maybe as important as anything is we've got to make America the most powerful, energy-driven country in this world. We've got to incentivize the energy industry, not penalize it. We've got to quit worrying about profits of the oil company. Profits are good. We love profits because it creates more taxpayers and it creates more taxes. We've got to drill in Anwar. We've got to drill in the Northwest. We've got to drill in the Gulf. We've got to do all that. And we've got tremendous gas reserves, tremendous oil reserves. And while we're doing that, I'm for all the above. I'm for nuclear, I'm for bio, I'm for wind. But I want the private sector to tell me where we need to be, not the government. Let the private sector tell us where we need to be in 25 years. So those are a few things we can do. As a businessman, I know how to get it done. You send me to Washington, I'll fight for the following: fairness, family values, limited government, strong defense, lower taxes, quality education, conservative judges. That's what I'm all about. The Constitution as it's written will be my guide. It's not silly, buddy, it's not living and breathing. The other will be the Bible, because the Bible is a book that fixes problems. A Bible is a thing that mends things, right? If anything needs fixing, it's the United States government. I look forward to being your next United States Senator. May God bless all of you, and may God bless this great country we love to call America. Thank you.